Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Case.
That's what he says it is, but we still haven't seen any proof. In the studio, man, we got Adam Sherman from Aces Detail. We're going to be talking about all his business, man, right here, local in town, cleaning cars, detailing boats, wraps, all kind of cool stuff. But before we jump into the conversation, we're going to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brown Water Studio. Dr. Robbie Williams, there he is. Over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. Look him up on Facebook and Instagram at Southern Magnolia Smiles. If you're looking for a great local dentist, man, he is the one. You can book a consultation with him. 2025 is a year to brush, show teeth. It's crazy that the year's almost over. I mean, we're past midway, I should say.
Summer's over. We're back in school.
I'm not.
I know, it's crazy.
Actually, I'm about to be.
Yeah.
That's a whole different conversation. Anyway, book that consultation by calling them at 228-215-1202 and tell them that Brown Water sent you. If you find yourself in need of legal representation, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is the one. They come highly recommended down here on the coast, man. There's our buddy Tyler. They can represent you in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, family law, divorce, child custody. It doesn't say it here on the infographic, but he can also represent you with a BUI. So if you get in trouble on the water,
there's been a few of those lately.
Yeah, he can help represent you there. So Taylor & Cox Law Firm, look them up on Facebook. Give them a shout if anybody you know needs representation at 228-696-0111. If you're trying to get back active, if you're trying to take control of your health, Forever Young Men and Women's Health is the one for you. You can check them out on Facebook as well. Kendrick right here is extremely knowledgeable on all things health for men and women, like it says in the title. His motto is they're bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. He's been on the show. He's got a lot of videos on his Facebook page as well that talks about how to blend health and wellness and medicine. If you book a consultation with him, he can do some lab work on you. He can see if you're vitamin deficient or hormone deficient. He specializes in testosterone replacement for both men and women, believe it or not. So go check it out. If you want to know more information on it, you can give him a call at 228-363-6623. And we appreciate all the sponsors here, man, because without them, we couldn't do the show.
We'd have to do it with the lights off.
Yeah, we'd have to do it on a cell phone with no microphones, and nobody would like that. So anyway, Adam, thanks for being in the studio this evening, man. Stopping by. Aces Detail. We're going to get into all that. Local guy, St. Martin guy. Yeah. We always like to start off with that. Anybody was from St. Martin, we like to, champion that.
Represent.
We've had some OS people in here before, and we always like to chop them down whenever we can.
I mean, you got to get where you can.
That's right.
Right.
Because they're not better than us, whatever they may think. I hope Butler's watching this. Anyway, so where do we start, dude? Born and raised here on the coast. I know that. I haven't known you. How did you get into the detailing business? How'd you start your business?
Accidentally, really.
That's a great way to say accidentally.
Well, after high school, I probably should have gone to college or joined the military, done something smarter. But I didn't, man.
That's not to.
Yeah, I started serving tables, and then I was dating a girl, and her mom one day was just like, "Hey, I got to go watch this big boat. Will you help me?" And I thought, okay, whatever. I've got the day off. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
So we ended up on this big boat called Best Girls, about 63 footer, I believe, over in Gulfport Harbor.
Okay.
Middle of the summer, man. I'm doing a job getting paid, and I'm in nothing but shorts. Like,
right.
I mean, shirt came off, flip flops.
Outside,
like, this is heaven,
right?
Like, I mean, how could you complain about this? I mean, yeah, it's hot, but you spray yourself down with a hose. It's you got some Def Leppard in the background. It's a fantastic time.
Coming from a guy who works indoors, that sounds extremely appealing. Maybe not this month.
No.
Maybe not July, August. Yeah.
July, August.
And we'll get into it, but you're covered now, right?
Yeah, we're covered. We got a nice shop now.
Now.
It's not HVAC.
That does sound appeling to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just kind of did that, and I just kind of stuck with it, did that during the day, and then, back to my serving tables at night.
Which is a grind of a life, because Joey and I both did that. I did it for a while.
Yeah.
Put myself through school doing that.
Yeah.
That's a grind.
Eventually, we just I ended up learning a little bit more. Back then, we were just washing, doing basic waxes, but the misconception that wax makes things shiny, we're putting wax on top of oxidation.
It's not working, man.
And look at it 22, 23 years ago, and there's got to be a better way. Like, all boats at some age have to be able to look better.
And let me break it down real quick for anybody watching this. You said 20 something years ago?
Yeah.
Right. That's before YouTube. right? That's
YouTube University.
The internet's kind of there, but it ain't like, because kids nowadays, they don't understand like not knowing shit, because you can just look it up instantly.
Right.
And you'd have known exactly how to do
I'm
that.
guilty of it myself.
Yeah.
And I'm old school, but yeah, I'm not gonna hesitate to use the technology.
Absolutely. So you've learned a little bit since then, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, back then it was just trial and error, between sandpaper and just whatever 3M had available. They were pretty much the only people making anything. I'm far from perfecting it. I ended up going up to USM. Well, actually, one of our clients early in the days taught me into going to college.
Okay.
I wanted to date his daughter, and he wouldn't have a non-college guy dating his daughter. So
Okay.
I went to Southern.
Good motivation.
Drastic measure.
Oh no, I liked her a little bit. Things have changed. But anyway, so I went up to Southern for a little while, but I'd still come home on the weekends, and I'd still play with the boats on the weekends when I could come home. And eventually it just kind of led to learn a little bit more. And came home, never did anything with my college experience. I went to bartend, ended up managing restaurants for a little while. And then, man, it just kind of hit me. I won't mention the restaurant, but I worked a 42-hour shift one time.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's a work week plus hours in one sitting.
Yeah, like, could you explain that to me real quick?
They forgot you were there.
Yeah. I've heard of not clocking out before, but what happened?
I was the GM, and the owner at the time, he's definitely much different now. The owner at the time was well known for disappearing on, just benders for days at a time.
It happens.
There was nobody to watch the restaurant if I left, so I just had to be there. We decided to open 24/7 like 2 weeks before.
Holy shit!
So I can't imagine how I smelled to people at that time. It's not enough acts in the world to cover 42 hours.
Yeah.
Of,
so what would you do? Like you like 8 or 2 hours on the floor, 10 hours on the floor, go up there, catch you a cat nap somewhere in the building, and then come back.
No sleep, no nothing. It was a small restaurant. There's no extra room. I mean, you could barely fit the storage stuff. It was just a small restaurant. And basically, that was when I decided.
You was a good partner, because I'd have been like, hey, bro, this ain't my shit. I'm going home.
I'd have went out there, closed, flipped the door open. We done.
You had it made, man. You had it made. But essentially, man, I missed my passion. I was working so much at that job that I'd stepped away from doing the boats anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I'd rather drink water and eat ramen noodles than not do what I want to do. That was the moment I started pursuing the boat detailing, and started really discovering things.
What year would that have been?
2013, I suppose.
Okay,
about 12 years ago.
Okay,
I really started pushing into it. And then I discovered, by certain manners, you could really wet sand buff a boat to absolute diamond. You could make it look like a brand new boat, no matter what age it was, as long as the gel coat or paint was, going to accept it. You can go through gel coat or paint.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you can go all the way to the thing.
We've had a couple conversations with some other guys that do what you do on that. So I've learned a little bit. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know, oxidation, like kind of knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know like how deep you could go on a gel coat until you're done. And then you got to paint the boat, if I'm not mistaken, if you burn it all up.
It depends. I mean, that's one of the reasons we got into wraps too. We'll cover that in a little bit, but you have to be able to assess a boat and say, okay, if we sand this boat, we'll make it shiny, but parts of your boat, you're going to see the dark spots behind where the actual fiberglass resin is because the gel coat's too thin. So that's part of the assessment itself. Anytime we take a job is, what are the risks involved? Because I don't care who you are, how shiny your boat is. You're not going to be happy if you could see through the thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure telling people that up front is something you've learned over the years, right?
Oh yeah.
It's probably in the call. Sign here.
Yeah. What is it like? We need to have our expectations need to be the same. Like, you don't need to have some shit in your head that I can't do.
Man, I get phone calls on a daily basis. Several. Hey, I've got this and this. I got a 25-foot. Everglades. It's 14 years old. How much? I'm like, how much? What? How much work? How much money?
Right.
So we stick to consultations. There's nothing over the phone. Everything is cut to what the boat itself needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you from guys like me, outside perspective looking in, and I know probably a little bit more now than the average Joe does as far as like. To call you, I would know kind of how to ask the question now, but you have no idea what that shit takes, right? You just think it's like, what's the price? It's like, oh, it's 50, it's $500. Like, no, that's not how it works, because I don't know what the hell you've got. I don't know how much hours it's going to take to do this without seeing the project,
what color it is.
Right.
What I've worked hard over the years with is educating people. Not many people, we do business with that leave the shop aren't educated into why the boat was like that and how to make sure it doesn't come that way again.
Right.
you know, and that really comes down to protection. You know, you got different layers of protection. On the top end, you've got ceramic coat, but there's still some people, they love the old school wax. They want to be able to rub on their boat, but they know that it's just not in that condition where it can happen anymore.
UV, right, is going to destroy shit, right? Leaving it sit out versus covering it versus having it, you know, in a shop or something like that.
I would say probably in the United States, we have the worst environment for a boat. I mean, the amount of just heat and UV we get down here, the salt, everything. And it's a little bit different on each coast. But down here, we've got the salt, we've got, you know, everything that adds into it. But we also don't have normal ways to maintain a boat. You know, a lot of places have these boat washes you can go to.
I hear people talk about that all the time. Are they in Destin, Joey, or Florida somewhere?
No, they ain't in Destin because there ain't nowhere in Destin. I try to do that, and I couldn't even wash my trailer off. There was nowhere to go.
Right. But
a lot of launches have, like, when you pull your trailer up, they have hoses and all that stuff. As soon as you get it out the water, you can knock the salt off, you can knock the grime off, you can knock everything off.
That would have to be a little bit off to the side, right?
Yeah. So you pull the boat out of the water where you're
get out of the way,
boom,
right?
And it's knocking the salt off the trailer, it's knocking the salt off the boat, and then by the time you get home, it's kind of clean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. By the time you drag your boat home, even if it's just, you know, 2 or 3 miles, you've already dried everything on the side of that boat.
That's
now
right.
you're scrubbing. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, I mean, we're looking into options actually of putting one somewhere. Can't go into details on it, but I think it'd be nice to be able to just drive by it's basically a jet stream you drive through.
Yeah, like a boat car wash.
That's
much.
it.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
But I mean, it would have to be strategically located next to some high traffic
boat launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the trouble comes in.
Okay.
Who wants to be the guinea pig?
Yeah.
Well, that, and then also too, because I got a pretty good location I'm thinking of right now, but like most of those locations, if they're by a boat landing, they're usually in a flood zone. And with the way insurances and shit are nowadays, right, you can't have anything built on the ground. It'd have to be either removable, and you go that angle. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You'd have a removable.
That's kind of where we're at with it. Is I
don't give anything away. Yeah, don't give anything away. Yeah.
Well,
I'm a bit of an inventor too.
You mentioned the heat, and I didn't know this the other day. I was talking to another buddy of mine, and I just put the regular wax on that you go get from Academy. I know it's not the best, Starbright, whatever it is, but I didn't know it only lasts about, with the heat that we have, maybe a month or two, and it's completely gone.
Yep.
I had no idea that.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep continuing doing this for how long is the heat in Mississippi? We go from
it starts hitting in April, maybe late October.
All year.
Right?
Talking about how many coats of wax on that? Yeah. If it's not covered.
So I mean, and that's the way I look at it. You know, I explain to a lot of people that come to the shop that, you know, wax, you know, it's like wearing SPF 15.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just dilapidating the second you put it on. If you want a good tan, you put something lighter on. And then if you move into a sealant, you're more like an SPF 70.
Right.
Now, ceramic, there's no way to really explain it. The way it clings and bonds with the boat, it actually creates a covalent bond with your boat's surface to hold it true. So that's going to be your best option. But, you know, it's pricey. You know, there's a lot of people out there. That's one thing I want to talk about was when I started messing with boats, there were 3 of us, you know, and one of them was retired. The other one, he's in and out. And then, you know, I turned around a few years ago, and it seems like
everybody was there.
Every Johnny that graduated high school and didn't know what to do with his life started a detailing company, and they're out there buying the ceramic wash off of Walmart and all those on shelves and calling it ceramic coating. So you get these guys, they're like, hey man, how much for a ceramic coat? We give them the price. We're like, oh,
that ain't what Timmy said.
Yeah, he was gonna do it for $200. I'm like, go with him if that's your budget.
Yeah. You can wash it right off.
Call me back when you need me to redo it.
So it hurt the market a little bit, but you know, a lot of people stay true to it. You know, they've realized that it really is beneficial. It's not an end all be all. We've run into that where, you know, I'm gonna coat it once and this boat's covered forever.
No, you got to do it.
Everything
it just lasts longer than wax.
You know, I had to explain to a few people, like, you know, I guarantee your wife takes her diamond ring to the jeweler and gets it cleaned. That's a diamond. You know, you have to maintain whatever it is that you have. This just makes it easier and lasts a lot longer.
Right.
Yeah. Do you with the ceramic coat stuff, and like you already mentioned, it's pricey as hell. But what's the lifespan on the real stuff?
The real stuff, like we put 2 coats on. We use a product. I'll put a shout out to IGO, man. We've been with them for years, and I love their product. We put 2 coats on it. You can get, depending on how you take care of it. We've seen 18 months at a minimum. We've seen 48 months for a well-maintained boat. Now that's one that's kept in the shade.
Okay, that's my next question.
properly.
Yeah.
Covered, yeah.
So like
That's
if you just put it outside, you don't do shit to it. 18-ish.
Yeah,
months, you're thinking,
that's the minimal you can expect, and you'll know it, man. It'll stop beating up. It'll start acting funky. Now we've had other boats. The coating's still fine. It just needs a proper wash, and then it's reinstated its properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
And it looks just like wax, like you're saying. Water's going to beat up on it. Stuff's not going to stick to it.
It's way different. It's phenomenal how the water stands on this stuff. Like the hydrophobicity of this stuff is just water just falls off of it. You can dry your boat with just a leaf blower.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to pick up some spots where water collects, but 90% of your boat's just leaf blow. You don't have to wipe it.
What does that look like on a boat that stays in the water? Is that for that style of boat or no?
We've done several out there. You're going to get probably the 18-month on the hull, and then the rest well maintained. You get about the same. Your average is 24, 36 months. Really.
Still got to do the bottom paint and all that. It's
Right.
not gonna be,
Right.
So that's what we do with those. Every time they go for bottom paint, we're stripping and replacing the coating.
And that ceramic, I know it's not like going to prevent like what you're talking about, Joey, but like you can still go below where the water line is going to be on the ceramic coat, or no?
Yeah. Well,
I don't mean the bottom. I'm just mean
right
on the
like it does help a lot with the ICW mustache and the water stains that get up.
That's
on
what
it,
I'm getting at.
But you still want to clean it regularly. It's just like anything else. If you torture it, it's gonna start staining. We run into that a few times, but we go out there, we clean it our way, and it does it right. But you go throwing the acid at your car, your boat constantly at the bottom. It eats away your bottom paint. It eats away your gel coat. It just starts dilapidating the coating as well.
Yeah.
And as resilient as it is to chemicals, it can only take so much abuse, but it's really a fantastic thing.
You brought up the proper wash earlier. Take us through me launching my boat and pulling it back up, bringing it to my yard. What would be your proper wash if I didn't have what you had?
Okay, so let's say you just have a waxed boat. Let's keep it simple. You want a cleaning soap. Like wash and wax, a lot of people swear by them. I'm one of those. If something does two jobs, it does one or both.
Right.
Less good than the other.
Right.
Should.
Except body wash.
Yeah.
I use that as shampoo, body wash, all
Look at the 5 to 1,
I can do it all.
I'm conditioning my skin.
Yeah.
But the proper thing, stay away from Dawn. Stay with a dedicated boat. You could even use certain car soaps, but a dedicated soap that's meant for, porous surfaces is really the best way to go. You can't go wrong with McGuire's. You can't go wrong with several of the, AutoZone brands, Walmart brands. I say that because that's what most people are familiar with.
Right.
You can't go wrong. Orpine's it was a through and through true measure for us for years. But it's kind of, the technology's gotten beyond need to go buy that $70 gallon of soap to keep up a regular boat. On a big boat, you want it. But you would basically just wash it down, brush it. You don't want to use a stiff brush on your smooth gel coat. It could cause Mars, which eventually going to wear down your wax. Use it on the non-skid only. And rinse it. Like, the worst thing you could do with your seats especially is put bleach on it or Dawn on it.
Mm-hmm.
Your seats are going to come out cleaner, but you're going to eat your threads away.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of like newer boats. It might be a 5-year-old boat, but its seats are just completely, just dilapidated.
And you want to talk about expensive. Start redoing your seats.
I know a guy.
Yeah. I know a guy.
Yeah.
So stay away from bleach. Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, man. If it's not meant for a boat or a car, don't use it on there. You're pretty safe with magic erasers, man. They'll get most of the stains off.
I've heard those are really good.
Yeah, but make sure you have soap on there when you do it instead of, because it is an abrasive surface. It's micro abrasion, but it can cause damage. But that's what I got in trouble one time because I had this rule where if I saw Dawn or bleach on a boat, I threw it away.
Right.
One guy got completely irate with me because I threw his bleach and Dawn away. I was like, it doesn't need to be on your boat. Oh, you owe me a bottle of Dawn and bleach. Well, I bought him one. I mean, that was see you next year, buddy.
That was
you should have left it on there for business sake, right? Like he's gonna have to keep coming back.
Right. Yeah. As I said, I try to educate people, and that was part of it. And nobody ever. Reminded before.
That's exactly what we did.
Everybody did.
It's off the kitchen sink and bring me to the beach, and we'd even mix the bleach with the Dawn and wash the whole boat and just strip everything.
Look how good
off
it does, man.
It looks good, but then it just stripped all over.
Yeah, the Dawn surprises me, but the bleach I get. You know what I mean? You think Dawn would be good for it.
Well, I mean, you're stripping every bit of wax you got off.
Right.
You know,
Right. Oh, because that's what Dawn does. Yeah. Saves those ducks.
Yeah.
We're old ducks.
We have, I love that. We have safer chemicals that kind of do the same thing. If we have something in there, we need to strip the wax and put the ceramic coat on there. But typically when they come in, we're buffing them anyway, so that wax is coming right off.
Again, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to follow up with the final stages of the wash. The most important thing is when it's clean, rinse, get all the chemicals off there. But the most important thing a lot of people forget is dry it. Dry that boat, man. Like
really?
Dry that car.
I never do that.
I never do that. And then I dipped my toe into the yacht world with JJ this summer.
Yeah, and they were drying
and
everything.
Chamois.
Is that for cosmetic purposes, or is that actually going to help with the wax and all? I get it, because you're going to see water spots.
Yeah. A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to so you got to think about it this way. Our water you rinse it with, man. You think about all the stuff that's in it, the iron, the zinc, all these things, the chlorine, whatever. When the water evaporates, it's not evaporating those chemicals, it's leaving them behind. So that's why you get those little ringlets, water spots on there.
Yeah.
And there's acids out there that we use a lot of mild acids at the shop to get rid of them instead of having to go to extremes to buff it out if they're there. But that's why a lot of people have water spots all over the boat. You could tell when they don't dry. I mean, after this many years, I guess probably about 3,500 boats, I could see a boat when it comes in the shop and know its whole life.
What
did you
ain't
forget
washed
to
that?
do?
You ain't dried that? You ain't done nothing with that?
Yeah. One guy's like, I had a detail 2 years ago. I was like, try 5 or 6. Man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I got it.
So the chamois are a way of life, huh?
Absolutely. Get you a chamois mop. Absorbers are as good as anything. Don't use them on cars, but on boats, they're fantastic. Gel coats a lot more scratch resistant than paint.
Mm-hmm.
I have people all the time. We'll get their cars in and you see they're cleaning stuff in the trunk and it's got a chamois in it. And I'll call them, man, throw this thing away. Use it on your boat if you got one, but they're pointless on cars.
Really?
Well, they're going to hold anything they touch. And so when you're dragging that chamois across your paint, it's definitely going to scratch it if you got a piece of sand or dirt or something like that.
Okay.
In a boat, it's much, much more resilient. Like when we buff boats, it's a way different, situation than buffing cars. It's I mean, you can get in there, you can go deep. I mean, that's rock and roll there. With a car, it's more like
you got tiptoe.
You got Bach and Beethoven playing in the background.
I'm going to flash real quick. You won't see it on that screen right there, but I'm going to flash up here one of these, one of the boats that's in your shop, and it's a mirror reflection on this boat. It's a light blue boat. I can't see any of the make and model. I don't know if you can make it out, but anyway,
it looks like a Key West.
Well, almost. I can't see the emblem up there, but anyway, you definitely have this thing.
I can't see it.
Looking really, really good. So this is the work that you can do for people watching on the lives or replays. You can see it. You didn't have any before and afters. You did say you suck at marketing.
I am horrible at marketing.
You don't have any before and afters, but
he's an honest man.
Yeah, he's an honest man. This is an example of what your boat should look like or does look like after you come in and get it treated. But again, it's a mirror finish. You can literally see cars in the background off of this boat. So that's just to show people what you're capable of doing when it comes to the boating world. I will show this photo too, and you can explain this to me a little bit. And I hope I'm right on this. You have a picture of a Yamaha. Everybody knows what that looks like, and the Callan of it is also mirror finished. Are you bringing these things back to life? Can you do that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
All right. So if the clear coat's gone, and there's people all over the coast that could paint, but I specifically have a certain guy that
you
just
use?
Nails it.
Okay.
Most of the ones you're going to see in there, they're not repainted. Some of them are. I typically don't get the pictures of the repaints, which I think we've done 4.
Okay.
We've got 2 coming in.
You
next
outsource
week.
the repaint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But
you bring the rest of life with buffing, right?
Well, yeah, but you treat a boat cowling the same way you would a car, because I mean it is paint, it's not gel coat. So we delicately go over those and just kind of get them really dialed in. And we have specific lights, kind of like y'all have in the studio, to give a effect. We have lights in our shop that they're going to show me exactly what that surface looks like, not just what the regular eye sees.
Okay.
We're going to see the swirls.
Is that a Kelvin thing with the light?
Yeah. I mean, it's a Kelvin thing, but it's also a direct lighting thing.
Okay.
So certain colors, we're going to show you different
imperfections.
Yeah, based on the color of the
Right.
surface itself. So if you've got like a black truck or a black boat, I'm going to use an orangish to red light.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
going to show
cool.
me more imperfections.
That's super
And
cool.
so use a color wheel, and we're able to see in a little bit deeper. It's probably a little taking it a little too far. I mean,
No, and you
but-
talk about suck it marketing. You make a reel doing that on your phone and talk about that, and then film that. That's going to go.
Give your secrets away.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's not like a super secret. People know that, right?
I don't. Maybe.
You know, well, you already this is live, so you're screwed.
they do now.
They do now.
Yeah. I mean, that was one. You know, when I got into it, realized that there's an actual science to this. It's no longer like rub on something, make it shiny. There's a real science to it, and that's when it became entertaining to me, and the passion just increased with it. When you realize that, you know, certain chemicals have certain meanings, and yeah, they may be effective, but they have these after effects. Certain abrasives, certain pads, everything matters in what you use. Now, do we have certain standards we have to stand by? Yeah, sure. But when somebody walks up, they're like, hey, I want a Concours detail on this. And what Concours means is you're basically dismantling something and cleaning everything and putting it back together.
Okay.
We've done that on a few things. Like, you know, I had the honor of doing a 1965 Jaguar XKE, and dude, it was the passion of my life. I'm in there with a Dremel in the engine bay, you know, polishing out aluminum like inch by inch. And it was just such a cool feeling, you know?
Yeah. I saw on your Facebook that you do some classic cars. You had it on your page there. So that's pretty cool. You bring up the, I guess the knowledge behind it is what intrigued you and kind of really made you get into doing that, learning that type of stuff.
Yeah.
If we jump back to 2013, that's when you said you started all this, right? 2013. So like, what was that like coming out of the restaurant world or whatever and pot committing to running your own business?
So,
you know what I mean?
So YouTube wasn't big back then, but we had books. So I ordered a bunch of books. You know, there was this one particular guy, Mike Phillips was his name. And, you know, he was an ex-veteran, had one leg, you know, so that stands out in my mind. But his book was just, it was an interesting read to me because they explained why you do certain things you do. And I'm talking like, you know, a 300-page book with pictures.
On cleaning cars.
Thank God for the pictures, right?
Right.
You know, I mean,
where's the cliff notes? I need the pictures. Yeah.
So, but I got to read it and explain a lot to me. Like, I mean, just the simplicity of light refraction and why, like, a car or boat looks dull. Like, it's simply the lights go into so many directions. When you flatten it out, it bounces back shiny. You know, but going back to 2013. Man, you try to pass that knowledge on to other people because I had to learn how to teach people because people like, I am job. You try to teach them the science. Take this, put it on there. Right. Turn it on.
Good. Go. Do that again. Repeat.
Yeah. Well, in your industry, it's kind of like the construction industry. If I teach somebody, then they're probably going to go start their own business and have more competition in it. You know what I'm saying?
But the beauty of that is like, okay, so now you know how to do, maybe you know how to do the totality of cleaning a vehicle. Do you know how to get customers? Do you know how to manage employees? Do you know how to establish your own brand? Can you go get rent somewhere? Can you afford, you know, can you manage your money?
But these days they just look at the idea of like, I can make more money.
Correct.
I am job more money.
Right.
They don't realize that in 2 years they're going to be broke because what they have to, you know, the investment. I mean, I don't have the overhead of big businesses, but we carry quite a bit of overhead because we have to be prepared for anything we run into.
Yeah.
I mean, over the past decade, if I needed a tool, I went and bought it. You know, I mean, that's just how you have to go. And sometimes I'm digging for this tool because I haven't used it in 5 years, but I need it.
But you got it too.
I'll go buy another one if I can't find it.
That's right. In 13, where did you start out at? When you pot committed to this and or did you kind of do half and half? Did you still do the restaurant world and then started this like
a little bit? I played a little bit in it. I helped put one of the casino pool bars together just to make a little bit of money, and then they tried to move me into management.
You're like, no, I've already watched this movie.
Yeah, you know, I was just trying to make some cash. I had met who's now Amanda, my now wife. Y'all both know her. And I'll never forget, like, here I am trying to just kind of play with this idea. I'm making enough money to get by. I'm living with a friend, not enough to support a woman or a family. You know, and I met her, and it was almost like an instant thing for us. And I remember telling her, like, I better get my shit together. And she was like,
that would be good.
Wait, you don't have your shit together? I was like, whoops. Yeah. That was when I really dug in. I mean, at the time, man, I had I want to say it was a 2000 Honda Civic two-door. and I had a boat brush in the back and a buffer from Harbor Freight. And I bought supplies as I needed them for the job.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times that the money I made from the job either went to the supplies for the next job, and the rest went to rent and beer. And so
Pulling it out.
I meet her, and I was just like, well, I better put
Now
some
we
money
got
aside,
groceries and candles and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And then that, as that relationship kind of bloomed and blossomed, it kind of pushed a little bit harder and dug in. And
women will do that to you.
Yeah.
they
They'll
do,
push
don't
you in the
they?
right direction.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
It definitely was a right direction. Now,
Looking back for sure.
Oh yeah.
So when she got you to get your shit together, what did you do? Did you go out and rent this place, or did you do mobile to begin with, or what?
Yeah, it was mobile for about another 6 months, and then I was lucky enough to find a buddy of mine who he had an extra bay at his shop. It was like a diesel shop, and I just needed a bay where if the weather hit, I could do stuff.
Right.
Now, a 22-foot boat would still have 4 feet sticking out of this thing, but we can work on the back.
Right. Spin it around. You can
Pull it back in.
Yeah.
That was when it started getting serious. We had a bay, and we could work throughout the day. And I had cousins help and other people help, and they just wanted to make some cash helping me out. And I noticed in the parking lot one day we had 12 boats in queue. And I'm like, we're gonna need a bigger shop.
Yeah.
But also in that time in that shop was when we got into cars. I had a good friend of mine. We always took care of his boats.
So you started out in boats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, growing up, I've never owned a boat. I've never been a boater. In my house, we didn't have football. We didn't have baseball. We didn't have boats. We had cars.
Yeah.
Dad
Dad
always
about
had a
100
Corvette.
Honda Civics. Yeah. Hatchbacks. What are the hatchbacks y'all
Love you,
had?
Timmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Timmy's a big car guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's how Dad raised us. There was always a Corvette out in the barn or something. Most people in St. Martin have been to our house way up in Latimer, maybe for a party, didn't notice the cars.
Yes.
Back in the day, we were known for that.
Yeah.
But there was always a Corvette hanging around, and that was all we knew was cars. But the way I knew to make money and make a living was with boats. So that's what I stuck with. And it's two different worlds. It really is. All the equipment's different. All the chemicals are different. There's a couple share points there, but not many.
I think that's the first time I've heard this on the show. We've talked about we've had this discussion before,
The
but I
car
think it's
versus the boat.
the car versus the boat being different equipment and different approaches to what this will scratch a car, won't scratch a boat. That's the first time I've heard that. Yeah.
Dude, if I went at a Mercedes the same way I went in Everglades,
Bad news.
I'd
Wouldn't
get
be in
punched in the
business
face
long,
and
yeah.
sued a lot. Man.
Yeah.
But it's a different world. But in the meantime, in that little shop we had, I had a buddy of mine. We'd take care of his boat. We were first getting into ceramic coating, and he had this really rad Mustang. Man, it was a Hennessy Mustang, like 707 horsepower Mustang. First gear was useless in this car, by the way. And he was like, "Man, I want this car to look just like my boat." So we dug in. We got all the car equipment. We got a little bit better at ceramic coating, and then once people heard about it, man, we were flooded with ceramic. So then I partnered up with somebody, got a bigger building over off Altamont Parkway. We had 10,000 square foot.
Wow.
And
That's a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. We were rocking and rolling. I had 8 employees. We always had 20 plus boats in queue, at least 20 cars in queue, but I couldn't handle the quality control. There was literally like, it takes a couple years to learn the craft. And,
Right.
And
because your name's on it. You don't want it going out looking subpar.
Yeah. I remember several weeks where I was coming home at 3 a.m. and leaving at 6. It was just like, I'm working backwards here. Like, I'm back at running a restaurant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a lot of respect now? I hear about people, like you hear in the news, like CEOs getting all this money and stuff, and I'm sure some of that's bullshit and they shouldn't get it. But like to run a company that's got a lot of people,
It takes a pain.
it's a lot of shit you got to be able to keep up with from quality control. Like you're talking, every aspect of the circle of what a business can be, right?
Right.
Do you get a little taste of that? And you're like, oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Absolutely. And so I wanted to be, we're a very atypical business. A lot of people go take out a loan, start a business, win or lose, it's an LLC, they'll figure it out. We're atypical where it's like,
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We grow as we grow,
Right.
And so that's why I decided a while back, like, no, however long it takes me to do this, I want whoever comes here to know what I know. They want to run off on their own. Give me 2 good years. I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Right.
You're going to have a better life because of it. But maybe you want to run this because, I'm by no means old, but I'm 44. I'm starting to consider what 60 looks like.
Correct.
Still carrying a 10-pound buffer all day.
Their shoulders look like
Yeah.
moment of silence.
Yeah.
Oh,
for the Hulkster.
for the Hulkster, he didn't pass today. Yeah. He's a real American. All right, that's good enough.
All right, that's good enough.
So yeah, go back to that though. So what did you do when you had the 8 employees in 10,000 square feet? Like, obviously you're not still there.
So
right?
so I took my first vacation in like 4 or 5 years. We went to Florida, and I remember Amanda coming up to me. We were at my brother's house in Sarasota, and she comes up to me and she was just like, all right, so what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to do whatever you think I should do. She was like, you should fire everybody. like that voice.
Like Emperor Palpatine, like
fire everybody.
So Amanda's the cutthroat.
Oh, dude,
I wish Amanda,
I wish she would run the business. I could be a high school teacher. Like,
Oh, come on, we're hiring.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I would get fired first day. There's no way I could put
if
up with
Joey's
stuff.
still there, you'll be fine.
He's well trained.
You'll be fine.
He's well trained. I take things way too seriously.
He could tell you. I could tell you some shit off camera, and you'd probably be like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah, I do that.
Dude, I mean, Amanda, she's beautiful, vicious.
Like, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
But
so she said, fire everybody.
yeah, I mean, that was kind of the nobody knew what they were doing.
Too big to be able to control the product, the output. Is that right?
That was it. And,
Okay.
And we were growing in aspects. I had an interested investor that wanted to start buying ceramic by the barrels.
Okay.
And we were going to start, making it our own and labeling it. And I mean, this dude was like, he was just intense, and I was just like, man, we are not there. Like,
Okay.
He's like, I'm going to bring every boat from the East Coast over. I'm like,
No,
man, I need 6 months. Yeah, I can get these guys trained, but we need the capital backing, And he was like, okay, but if that's the case, I want 90%. I'm like, all right,
no,
I'm out.
I might be dumb in big business, but
I know that doesn't sound right.
90-10 don't sound good.
I know when the boner's approaching me from behind, and I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. So no, I mean, I came
Walk
back
forward in
and,
that situation.
Yeah.
right,
Run.
Don't back out.
Yeah.
So I did. I came back, and I had to save. I took a bunch of my cash because I don't believe in screwing people. So I took a lot of the cash that I had savings and paid everybody a 2-week severance. And
Oh wow, that's pretty stand up.
Gave them something to go by. But I had 2 girls that were fantastic. They were 2 college girls, and they would go wash the big boats. And we're not anything corporate or anything. So I remember getting a call one day. I was sitting there in the shop, and one of the girls, they went out as a team washing the big boats, mostly at the Palace and the marinas and stuff. And she called me one day. She was like, hey, can we work in our bikini tops? Because it's really hot. And I was like,
hey, bing.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I think we're about to start charging.
Right. We might have stumbled onto something here. Let's figure this out.
But they were just so happy, man. They were the only people that ever showed up on time. They were the only people that ever did their job better and faster than expected. I was like, I'm not letting go of them. I don't care. I mean, if all else fails, at least that's some type of income.
Yeah.
And then, I kept a couple of the guys. We were down to like 4 people basically. So I fired half my staff. And we just kind of started slow baking back into it. Like, what do we do? Who are we? How do we do this?
Did you leave that 10,000 square foot place?
Oh yeah. We ended up doing that. I mean, the guy I partnered up with, he had another business, and there was conflict here and there just between the 2 businesses for the simple fact that we weren't the same business,
right?
And but we loved the space. But he grew. I wanted to slow down a little bit, so I moved to a different place, and then I did create a trailer where we were mobile too. I did have enough staff for that, and then couldn't hold on to that because I found myself going out on Sunday mornings washing cars because somebody couldn't show up.
Yeah, that's always.
It was just like, man,
somebody's got to show up.
Yeah. So I mean, and I don't want to make promises I can't keep, so I'm doing that. So eventually, I shut that down, and then we moved to our new facility in 2020, early 2023, and we're right there, Rose Farm Road, off like by St. Martin East.
Right.
And the one thing that like why I had to have this shop is it had floor drains. For most part, we were always washing outside. Even when we had the huge shop, we had to wash things outside because the water,
it ain't going nowhere.
Right. And man, I saw those floor drains. I was like, dude,
must have. I am job.
And it's been great. We don't have to have the shade sails outside anymore that every time a wind blows over 15 miles an hour, you're worried about it destroying things.
Yeah.
So once we got this shop, man, we were able to rock and roll a lot better. It's got, I think it's 3,200 square feet, but we can't get huge boats in there and keep them overnight.
That's what I was about to say. What's the biggest boat you can put in there?
Man, I've angled a 28 footer in there.
Okay.
And we got one of those boat mover things. It's the 2-wheel things that you can move them around and really manipulate it without a truck. But my dream shop would be probably about the same size, just a boat on the long end. I mean, a door on the long end to pull the boats in. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to flash some more pictures again. You won't see them over here, but this is a Ram Mammoth. Gray. Now, and guys, y'all can see you can see this is the shop that he's talking about, and man, that thing is legit. Now you've got a panel of lights going like this in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that going back to what you were talking about earlier with the specific lights for a specific color of
so those
vehicle, or is that just purely for aesthetics?
Well, no, it's not for aesthetics. It is for lighting, and that's those are LEDs, but they give us a overshadow. Like those lights are more for everyday use, but also ceramic coating in the coating process. We could see where there might be a high spot, which means we left a little when we were leveling it. Mm-hmm. But no, the more specific lights, they're on wheels.
Okay.
We wheel them to the position we're at on the car.
Okay.
So it points right where we're working, because we work in 2 foot or smaller spots when we're paint correcting.
All right.
And
I'm a flash. This is a cherry
red,
cherry apple, red Rubicon. That's legit. Again, you can see more of your shop here, which is that's like a nice shop, dude.
Yeah.
I can't see the floor drains in this photo, but I'm gonna take.
Is that that's the new shop or the old shop?
Yeah,
because I can see the
shop.
Is that what this was? Jackson County's.
Yeah, it was
like
the water department.
Yeah, water department stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing it for rent or for sale, whatever it was, online.
Yeah,
because I was always looking for buildings.
Yeah, and it used what we have is their maintenance shop. You can still see where they cut the bolts to get rid of their post lifts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then let me see real quick. No, that's it. That's all I pulled off there. This is the boat again. So you can see the full boat and actually more of your shop here. You have those hexagon, or is that what that is? Or octagon lights above that you see a lot now?
Yeah, that's actually a floating wall.
Okay.
So I created that to where we could have a wall in the middle, have lighting on both sides, or lighting up above. So it's set on pulleys and a lift where that wall is mobile.
It's high, so you can get all the T-tops and all the other towers and everything else in there.
Again, the lights that are on the floating thing, that's not just to look cool when you walk in your shop, and that's not just to look cool in pictures. That actually helps you do a better job.
Yeah, no, it's functional. Absolutely.
Okay, functional. All right, cool.
When we first got there, it had nothing but fluorescent lighting, so which
is probably the worst. Right?
We put a bunch of LED UFOs up top, so we've got lighting galore in there. It helps us a lot. When we're doing interiors on cars, though, we still have these headlights you wear. Yeah. Yeah. That's the only way to do it. I mean, because when you pull it out in sunlight versus being in a shop, it's a whole nother day. And that keeps us being able to see everything instead of waiting to pull it out. The customer shows up like, "Oh, Mrs. Spot."
Yeah.
Then you're like, "Oh."
So once you got over here, you said that was 23.
Yeah,
23. When did you? How many employees did you start off with in that shop in 23? After the 8, I think you said is where you were 4-ish.
Yeah, it's been all over the planet. Like I've had to redefine things a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when we had the one, I started off with one there, but.
You started off with one employee when you went there?
Yeah.
Oh, so you really
Uno being you?
Uno being me.
Oh, I thought you meant you plus one.
No.
Oh, Uno. Okay.
One man band.
Yeah.
I brought on Jeffro. Jeffro had been on and off with me for several years, and he's like me. He came from food and beverage, and just wanted something different. And, man, that dude could buff a boat. He really could. And I hated losing him. He just, had to move on with different things in his life.
Yeah.
Got married.
Such is life.
Yeah. Such is. But when we started off there, I just, like I said, I wanted a slow churn. Everything had changed about the whole industry. We started off killing it in ceramic. Like, I mean, I almost got, it's funny, the company we use the ceramic for, IGL, they send certain awards, platinum, gold, silver.
Right.
And like 3 or 4 people got platinum, and we were number 5. And we got gold, and they base it on how much ceramic you buy from them.
Of course.
So in the entire country, we were number 5 of who buys that much ceramic, and we were laying it on. But then when, Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jesus come out, ceramic coating, it messed the industry up bad. Yeah. So I think we're still rebuilding it, really. I mean, a lot of people lost faith in it because
the raw products were put on. It got flooded for sure.
It did, man. Yeah, it went from like a very niche market to a very just saturated.
When you say that they flooded the market, is that guys that were out there selling ceramic, but it was the shit from Walmart and not real stuff?
Well, there was also a guy going around saying there was ceramic, but it's just polyglow shit. I don't know if you ever run into this. It is literally acrylic floor wax they're putting on boats, which it looks great for 3 months. But as soon as the UV starts affecting it, yellows out, it grays out. It looks, if you've seen those boats with the crusties on it,
Yeah.
that's polyglow. And he was
Okay.
selling his ceramic coat, you know.
Wow.
So
Snake oil.
let's
oh, bad, man. Like, that industry got hit so hard.
the ceramic industry you're talking about specifically?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So how would you, like, let's give a tidbit for the audience, for people listening, like how would the consumer know that? Is there any way other than proven? I've been in business for 10 years. You can go talk to all my clients. Right. You can talk to people around here. You can look at boats. I got shit on my website. Is there any way to know that?
Well, make sure somebody knows what they're talking about. Make sure they know the science, you know.
But if I don't know what what you're talking about, how do I know what you're talking about?
Well,
how do I know that
we
you
have
know
brochures of our product, sure. But you know, our stuff's tried and true, but do your research. Like don't go spend thousands of dollars on something you know very little about.
And that this guy just started yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Longevity matters, experience matters, and this kind of stuff. You want somebody that's brownstone a little bit, that when something screws up, they got your back.
Gotcha.
You know, like that's one of the things. That's my definition of a professional. A professional is somebody that not only knows what they're doing, but they know what to do when something gets really fucked up.
Actually, we joke about that where I work. It's like they don't pay us for the easy ones.
Right.
I could teach you to do the easy one right now.
Right.
It's the hard ones when shit goes real wrong. That's where they pay us for.
Oh yeah. Like when we first started wrapping boats, man. Hey, I mean, somebody's got to be first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did it. Man,
we haven't even got into the wraps yet.
Oh, no,
yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
But I love the story of how I even got into vinyl wraps. So
let's go into it then. Let's go into it because you wrap boats. We were talking about this before we went live. Cars, ice machines.
Ice machines.
That was one of my favorites.
I'm gonna get that picture. Joe, you got to take it in a second. Go ahead. Tell us about how you got into wraps. So I'm gonna get this picture real quick.
So I've been wanting to get into it for a while, and when we got into window tint, which a whole other thing we do.
Do you do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We started that years ago. So I went and bought like the biggest plotter you could have because it's a lot smarter to cut your windows out. You know, use that technology. Than it is to do them by hand. It saves you a heck of a lot of time and product. So bought the plotter, went and got my training in San Antonio, and I just got this big plotter standing there, and my Brandon, who's now my partner with Squidworks, comes up. He was like, "Why is that thing not running 24/7? That should be a moneymaker."
Right.
Like, no, you're right. Bought some vinyl. We started making some cool stickers and had fun with that. And so here's vinyl in my shop. And at the time, there was somebody who's really close to me going through a divorce. And I always wanted to wrap a car. So he had a silver Corvette. And during his divorce, we went pretty wild, man. Got partying pretty good.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say you might have put some like crazy, like to hell with my wife when her name on or something. No, that's a business idea, guys. If y'all,
we got it. Yeah,
we can do it.
We can make anything you want to say.
Break up wraps, forge wraps. Yeah.
One of the first stickers I made was for him.
Free at last on the side of your shit.
I think it's like a pipeline saying "There's no pussies in the Hall of Fame." So I made that sticker for him. And anyway, so it really came down to I really wanted to start learning how to wrap cars, but like I said, somebobody's got to be number one.
Yeah, you got to find a test dummy.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the training and it's all that, but somebody's got to be that guy that says, "Well, I don't have to pay full price, but how's this going to turn out? I've never done it. I don't know."
Funny thing is, I put it on backwards.
Yeah.
So the good news is I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. So my buddy comes up to me and he was just like, "Hey, man, I've been having a rough couple of months. I think I've run from the cops too many times in my silver Corvette. You know who you are."
Right.
And so I decided, I was like, okay, well, if we're wrapping it, we're wrapping the color I want, and I'll pay for it. I'll do the labor, and you'll deal with the effects. Dude, it went really well. It took forever, because I wanted to do it right. But I'd give it if I had to grade it, I'd give it an 80.
For your first time.
That ain't bad.
Is that on a curve or that's a straight up 80?
Let's just go with an 80.
Okay.
I don't know how other people grade it.
Right.
I'm going to go with that, like based on what I've done since.
I got you.
And, there were some disappointments. There were some hard moments to learn, but the whole thing, that's what it was for. It was a learning purpose.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
You can't get any better if you don't learn.
Right. So we did that. And then, I wrapped a few other things, and then, it seems like every time I wrap something, it's a convertible, which just adds more and more complications. Moving parts,
cuts, right? Oh, okay.
Well, the moving parts, and they touch each other and affect different things. So, that was just how we got into it. But people call wraps different things. What I'm talking about is color change wraps. However, when it comes to just vinyl, like business wraps.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I just pulled off of your website.
Yeah, that's what we got into pretty heavy.
This says
those look good.
What does that say? Moza
That's Moza, yeah.
A-Bear.
Oh yeah.
Okay, is this a wrap?
Yeah, that's all vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah, the lettering is now,
Okay.
now not the surrounding colors and all.
No,
that.
yeah, that's just a logo. So that's a decal. The white's a white.
So-
It's not a wrap.
I call it decaling, but a lot of people call it wrap.
Yeah.
Like what y'all have done to your trailer out there.
Yeah.
That's decaling.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this on this truck, Moser A-Bear Roofing, and it's got the house, that's a single thing, and you pop on the side of the truck.
It can be done in layers or different areas. So,
Okay.
We do different logos. We have people email us our logos.
That looked
we
great.
Have to adjust
That
them.
looked great.
Yeah, I mean, decaling. When I got into it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna slap a sticker on this thing. Well, balance
line it
matters.
up,
Levels matter.
yeah.
Spacing matters.
How, can you walk us through briefly how that works?
It's
Like, is
tedious.
Yeah.
Tedious.
It is.
you got to ask the customer? I would assume, right? How big do you want this on the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
But the greatest thing about vinyl, and I found this more than anything, is that people give you artistic freedom.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because, these guys do roofs. These guys run businesses. My buddy, we do a lot of work for him, Islander Stucco. We do a lot of stuff for him and do his cars. And he's like, do your thing.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like,
wrap
it's like
truck different colors, put letters on it.
You're
It's
the
like,
expert.
right.
I love it. And a year later, it's like, let's change it.
Right.
So,
It's like tattooing though, right? Too like that guy's the expert. I'm like, look, this is what I'm thinking, but like if I'm saying something stupid, tell me, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's too small. It's gonna look like shit if you do it that small and you make it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My big three things that I tell people when they're trying to represent their businesses: who are you? What do you do? And how do I talk to you? Those things should be the biggest things on there. Everything else should be kind of like
You don't
subpar.
suck at marketing.
Myself.
right.
I mean,
Everybody else is good.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, that is a real thing.
Next week,
That is a real thing, and I think it's because we talked about this before. When you look at your website or your Facebook or whatever, you know what everything means. Somebody like me, if I just go to your website, I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It needs an explanation.
Too many buttons.
You take that. Same with Brown Water.
Yeah.
If I look at our website, I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what that means? It's a blah,
right
blah, blah.
there.
It's right, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, how the hell do I know that? I'll do podcasts.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that's really where it comes from. Is just that I'm great face to face. I
Right.
when it comes to like, showing somebody what I do via a picture that they're going to look at for 3 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else has got shiny stuff on their website. I don't want that.
Well, that's why so many people nowadays like that run businesses, no matter what the level of your business is, if you find if you find and then nowadays it could be 15-year-old to like sub 30s that knows how to record, edit video, and do TikToks and shit. They'll transform your whole business.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm working on that right now. Like I got to give a shout out to Jess who works for me. She's she's an artist when it comes to photography and video.
Then take her, if she's watching any of your stuff, take her out of that.
Yeah.
Give
Make
her
her
a
your
say,
social
I
media.
want you on your cell phone all day.
Yeah, but now I need somebody to watch the show.
Yeah, well, find that. That's easier to find
But
than her with the social media stuff.
It goes with everybody. I mean, you talk to anybody, it's just hard to find people that want to do work and learn something.
Especially manual.
Dude, I was talking to a 40-year-old.
Oh yeah,
the other day.
no doubt.
Talking to a 40-year-old the other day, buddy of mine, and he was telling me about complaining about what he gets paid at his job. He's like, "Be easier for me to go work at Burger King," and I'm like, I mean, that's the legacy you want, right? You're 40.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
right.
how about stick with what you're getting paid, even though it's shit, and develop yourself within that, or whatever. I mean,
right. If that's not the ceiling, if you can continue to climb, absolutely.
Yeah, you got yourself here.
If that's the top, then go to Burger King.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you need to start taking some night classes somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Night school.
Right.
But I mean, and that's what it comes down to is I would love to hire these people that, especially young people that they don't know what to do with themselves. They want to learn a trade, but have some work ethic in them. They know how to show up.
It's tough.
This time of year is not the time of year to hire. Like,
No.
if you could make it through June, July, and August in this shop, like,
Right.
Smooth sailing.
You've got this.
Yeah.
And I have some that do. I mean, I couldn't believe, Jess came to us as a bartender. And she helped me do some interior decoration, helped me set up all those lights and stuff. And she's like, well, I want to learn what you do. I was like, by God, let's teach you.
Let's do it.
So now, I mean, she could tint windows. She can wrap with me. She can. Girl can get.
I've been hearing that every time you say rapper. I'm going to flash on the
She's a
screen.
rapper.
So she's with you now.
Yeah.
Doing great. I'm going to flash now the ice machine. So describe it. Everybody can see it now. Tell me, first of all, is this a wrap or is this what is this? A decal? What do you call this?
That is a wrap. That is,
Okay.
you have two different types of vinyl. You have cast and calendar, and we actually had to use what's called a calendar wrap on that because cast has air release. This is what you're going to see in your typical window stickers, what you put on there. what made that extra difficult is because that's a calendar wrap that doesn't want to conform the way that a cast wrap does. And because the texture of the body itself of the ice machine.
Yeah.
So this was, it's Wimbo's now.
Yeah.
But at the time when that was brought to me, they were revamping that place. And, everybody remembered that, Good Buddy store on the beach.
Yeah.
Good Buddy. Hey, Good Buddy.
Yes, yes.
And so that was that ice box. So, I'm thinking about how many bags of ice I must have pulled out of that thing.
Millions.
For the past 20, 25 years.
And how beat up it must have been, right?
Oh, dude, it was.
And if you don't know where that's at, it's on Ocean Springs Beach.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
And so, he just kind of tasked me with the idea. He's like, man, can you make this look better? I was like, well, I'll try.
Right.
So we get to the shop, we disassemble it, we polish up the doors. And, I had talked to him before. I was like, well, what do you want? He's like, I want you to do your thing.
Yeah.
Run free.
Yeah. You're the artist. You're the professional here. Like, make it look cool.
Yeah. He was like, as long as Wimbo's is on it somewhere. So that was where we just kind of played with
That's
it.
That's badass. If that's the artistic
cool.
freedom he gave you, and that's what you gave him back, because it looks great.
The purple wrap that's on there was supposed to go on my Jeep years ago. And it just fit it. So I wanted cool
the line
colors
right here. It almost looks like the old school Taco Bell stuff.
The line,
you know what I'm saying?
The line right here looks blue. This looks blue.
It's purple.
So it's like a light blue, I think, and a white.
And
maybe.
I think this might be the purple. That almost.
I think it's
gray.
up top. Yeah, it's a gray. It's a gray.
That
but
looks a little purpler.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
When the light hits
it's hard, and the computer screens change everything in the light, like you say.
It is. It's like it's almost a nardo gray. Almost when light hits it, it fluctuates between purple and blue. And it really gives this great effect when you walk up to it of cold.
That to me, like you mentioned it earlier though, about getting did you say vinyl printer or whatever you said? You were like, now we're doing this, and now we have this whole other revenue stream of business. I look at an ice machine like that, and I think of like, how much shit could you get into? Like, right? In other words,
anything.
If you're detailing cars and you're cleaning boats and all that, that's great, and there's a lot of them here on the coast. Sure. That's a huge market in and of itself. But this is a whole other thing.
It is.
You can do. I mean, the sky is the limit there, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where we've been word of mouth for God.
Yeah,
years.
I was going to ask you that.
I mean, a little bit of Facebook posting helps us sometimes in the low months, but word of mouth has just kept us alive and rolling. Could we be bigger? Sure. I mean, but I still look at it as a science and an art where it's just hard to bring people on to push that further.
Is it easier to teach somebody how to do, and I don't mean they got to do it from start to finish, but like, is it easier to get an employee to do that ice machine versus cleaning a boat?
No, by restoring a boat, yes. Cleaning a boat, no.
Okay.
I could teach 16 people in 1 week how to properly clean a boat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm talking about the one that looks like shit and bring it back. Do you do more of that, or do you do more cleaning?
More restoration. Yeah, we're more
taking
the specialty
from really bad to new.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The proper amount of staff. I love to do the more maintenance, maintaining cars and keeping them up. But the stuff we do is careful. It's slow. A lot of people just don't have time for an hour and a half car wash.
Right.
That's
good work takes time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just thinking like you could do business windows.
Oh yeah,
you got a big ass window in your business, and you want your logo.
We tint commercial windows.
Well, I don't mean tint though. Like, I mean, can you make the ice machine on the window?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm friends with my. I don't know if y'all Trey and Bernie Barlow. They live.
Yeah.
They got the Star Ruby.
Bankley.
So we tinted their windows. We did their decals out front, made them a couple signs, and that was fun. I was like, man, I want to do more businesses. This is cool.
Yeah.
I get to get out of my shop and I'm laying decals on a.
Well, and like you said earlier, when you started figuring out this, I'm a lack of a better term, science behind cleaning and doing chemicals and doing the boats, there's an art aspect of that. Doing the decals and transforming business into like, do whatever you do, man. Just figure it out. And then like you make it look cool as shit.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when I hire people and they start get the role. You're like, come check out, see how it turned out. You need to do this, And that's what I'm telling them. Like, don't get disappointed when I tell you what to do. If you're that good, I should quit.
Correct.
My job is to make sure you did everything the way that I would want it done.
Right.
And that seems to bring a little bit of hope to them, realizing that I'm not saying bad job. I'm just saying, this is how you get better.
Yeah.
But, and that's eventually where I want to be. I want to be more on the artistic side of it. I really do. But I mean, business is business, life's life, revenue is revenue.
Right.
I mean, we got to just stick with what we know to do and people know us for. Mm-hmm. But oh man, the artistic side's so fun.
Yeah, that's the creative. Every day is a little bit different, right? Like that's the puzzle solving.
Yeah. When I really, really fell in love with the vinyl was me and a buddy of mine. We went and bought an old SSR. Y'all know what those are? So Chevy made a vehicle for like 4 years.
Didn't you?
I had an HHR.
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say, did
no,
you have
no.
one?
I love that
I was about to
car,
say,
dude.
did you have
That was
one?
an HHR, dude.
Yeah.
Don't talk shit
I
about it.
called it a
No, no.
PT Cruiser for years.
Yeah,
I was like, this
Oh,
is got
wow.
a PT Cruiser.
You know what
God,
I'm
you went for the heart, didn't you?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Dude, that thing was gangster, bro. I wish I had a picture
All right,
of
you
it right
can't
now.
say gangster.
It was black. It had the hatchback.
It was
It
like
had-
an old white gang.
It had.
Hi guys, still gangster.
Yeah.
I rolled up on some friends of mine in the parking lot playing Dr. Dre and rolled all the windows down. I love that car. Anyway.
Dude, I had a CRX in high school. Come on,
I love that
you know,
car, dude. I'm telling you,
I
love
know
that
those
car.
gangster small things.
Yes, yeah. They
No,
had
but-
leather, dude. Heated seats. Anyway, keep going.
So Chevy.
Gun.
I think it was
I
like.
didn't have a gun in it. I had a gun in the door. It's not. Yes, yeah.
Was it like a turret or an actual just pistol?
No, just a pistol.
They
It
built
was
the
just a
turret
pistol.
into the.
But if you could
HHR.
do that, I would bring it
I
to
do
your
that.
business.
I mean,
and I would,
I'll get a whole saw.
yeah, you could stand in the back seat and just build it. Anyway, we'll talk about that after the show.
So in SSR, they I think it was like Chevy's way of trying to get people to forgive him for canceling the Camaro for a few years.
Okay.
So it was like in those weird years. Remember, like I think it was 2003. Camaro fans are gonna be like cutting my throat if I'm wrong.
Are you a Ford, Chevy? What are you?
Man, no, I'm in all.
Yeah, okay, me too. I can't pick. I don't know.
There's cars I love. Those
But
cars
you're
I hate,
a
but
family
there's no
car.
brands.
Y'all are a family of car enthusiasts.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you would have a thing. No.
No, not really. I
What
mean,
about Timmy?
like,
Has he got a thing?
He's a vet guy.
everything's a piece of shit to Timmy.
That makes
Because he's
sense.
got to fix it.
Like,
That
yeah,
makes
no,
sense.
right.
I think
mean,
he
like-
was the first person I saw on Facebook shit on the Latimer Community Center. I could be wrong. Timmy, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I
He's the
think
most
he was.
scientific hater out there.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
But he did this thing like there was a quote from a movie called Christine. I don't know if everybody remembers it. It's like this car that murdered people.
What the fuck?
He's like-
I just had somebody reference that movie today and then show it to me on YouTube. Had no clue what that meant.
The simulation is in effect.
That is weird.
It's old.
That is super weird, dude. That
Which
is
pill did you take this
super
morning?
weird.
Red or blue?
Why would that come up twice in a
But,
day?
I mean, do
for
you
me?
understand the movie?
Red
then?
or blue?
All he showed me where the gas station blew up and then the car was on fire chasing the guy down the road.
So it was like this car that had a soul.
Yeah.
And it was in
That's
love with
weird,
its owner,
dude. That's weird.
but it would kill other people.
I'm gonna clip this and send that to the person I was talking to today.
But there was this guy, one of the quotes in the movies was, cars are a commodity meant to be bought and sold. That's Timmy's take on cars. Now, don't get me wrong, he'll get attached to some, but that's his general view of a car.
I got you. I thought the guys that really got into like the Gears guys, I thought they picked a team.
I think they did at some point.
Now it's not
And
that way.
I think it's fun for them to talk shit.
Okay.
But I mean, same guy that
makes
was
sense.
like Chevy yesterday is like Ford today. Depends on what they own.
Found on road dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
they
that
they
shit.
got a good armrest now.
Yeah.
I
That's
ain't ain't that mad at it.
That's it. I mean, I don't. I don't want to say I love all cars. That's definitely a misnomer. There's not a brand I hate. There's not a brand that I love more than others. There's cars out there I'd love to own.
Okay.
Like my midlife crisis car is like a 2014 Audi RS5.
Oh,
Like,
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I know it's got all the class. It's got the horsepower. It had the V8 in it. It just seems like a lot of fun to drive.
Okay. Back to the SSR though. I think I already
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
pattern there on that one.
So anyway, back to the forgiveness for them canceling the Camaro.
Right.
They made this truck that was a convertible. I know we're all. It's
Oh, is that the one with the little mustache in the front?
kind of yeah.
The bumper in the front. They're usually
Yeah.
like orange.
What was it
or
called?
Some kind
I'm
of
gonna
crazy
look it up.
thing.
What was it
It
called?
was called an SSR.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
It's a
SSR.
truck.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Keep going off. See
So,
if I can pull that
we
up.
bought this
The
thing,
bumper almost
and
looks like a catfish.
it's midnight black, and it was beautiful as it was. But we didn't buy it to leave it the way it was. We bought it like, hey, let's have some fun. So
Oh, it looks like a Prowler.
yeah, well,
Is
kind
that what I'm talking? Did I say the
It looks
Plymouth
like-
Prowler?
yeah.
It looks like
hold on.
tomato. That's what it's
God.
Tomato.
God, that is not.
So what
Okay.
they were doing, they
The
were trying to.
HHR is way cooler than that. I'm
Ah.
sorry. What? You don't think? Hold on. Keep
It's
going.
got a bed?
That's got a Corvette motor in it, man.
This does?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And it's
yeah, I had a
convertible.
4-cylinder. Yeah, I had a 4-cylinder.
You had a miniature van.
Yeah.
Come
He had a
on.
go-kart. Yeah.
I did. I love it. Stop talking about her like that.
So the original idea was a Rapid Blue with some brown wood grain. 'Cause
All right.
it's like a 40s throwback design.
Here's what we're talking about, people. For people that don't know, any
Yeah.
one of those photos. Oh, there is a convertible. They're all convertibles.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
keep going. All right,
it's-
now that we all know what we're talking
It's
about,
literally
here.
like, so I never thought about one. I never thought about owning one. Never cared to.
No.
I could see
And
why.
but it came up and we were like, hey, why not? So we got into it. And so, when you own something, you got to get on all the forums. You got to get to know the car. I quickly found out that this car is either something people are infatuated
or
with
they hate
or loathe.
I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
I'm talking like, you get on some of these forums and these people are like, there is no other car.
Yeah,
there is no other rod.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I just need to know where the screw is. I can't figure out how to take this part off.
SSR, whatever it is.
Man,
that's wild.
Not in any particular order for some of these guys. And and so I had to learn this car and play with it. And I was like, man, we're gonna wrap this thing blue with a brown wood grain. And I got to know more about it. Well, they had blue ones. I'm like, what color did they not have? They don't have green.
You got to make it unique.
So we wrapped this sucker called Gloss Envy Green, and then put a black wood grain on it, and it looks great.
Over the green?
Yeah.
How does it?
So it's like green on top. Green on bottom with a black wood grain strip.
Yeah.
I almost drove it here today, but
God,
with
do
the
you have
weather,
a picture of it anywhere I can figure it out?
Man,
is it on your Facebook page or something?
It might
on your
be.
personal page or anything?
I tell you what, go home and get it.
Yeah,
and we'll finish
we'll keep them
interview.
busy. We'll keep them busy.
Joey will sing and dance until you get back.
I've got to have it in here somewhere.
God, dog. So, and you said that earlier before we went live too about with a vehicle. You think of wraps, Joey, on a boat or whatever. I didn't realize you could take a car. I mean, I just never really thought about it.
And change the whole color.
Yeah, if it's a black car, you can completely turn it red without painting it, right? Like you just wrap the whole thing.
Yeah, but there's circumstances where you want to really pay attention to. All right, there it is. Oh shit, that's the interior. But anyway, there's certain things like I won't wrap certain things because the paint's in too bad a condition. We got to sand it.
Right. Okay.
And if somebody agrees to that, that's fine. But to me, the purpose of doing a full color change is like the ideal way to do it is you have a car, you just want it to stand out.
Okay.
You in 4 or 5 years, you may change your mind. You're going to take this off, either live with the color you had before or wrap it again. It's not an answer. It's a choice.
If you take off the wrap, does the color that was underneath in the same condition that it was before you wrapped it, or is it
if properly prepped? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Because that I think might answer my question. Why not? If I have a black car and I want it to be red, why don't I just repaint it? Because that's way more expensive.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, and it's obviously permanent.
With a wrap, you're about half to 2/3 of the cost if you do it that way. Now,
and you can go back.
Yes.
You can always peel it back off.
That's it.
Okay.
The truck, Elon's truck, the e-truck.
Oh, everybody's wrapping.
Yeah. Everybody wraps.
Yeah.
Oh man, the cyber trucks are just there's something else. Like, have you
done one?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Was that my? Oh yeah. Sorry, I got some music happening.
That's good. Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, that's the interior of the car. This is the general colors. So that was black. We wrapped all that.
And it's that silver color?
Oh shit, that's a Corvette.
I thought you said green.
I'm not good with technology.
That's all right. That's all right. You said you sucked at marketing.
Stand by.
Yeah. Hold up just a minute.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out.
We'll keep talking till I find the
that's
picture
okay.
in a second. I can multifunction for the most part.
So if you wrap it though, I guess the benefit, like you said, is you can go back to the original color or take it off or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you can do whatever you want.
Right. Like we've had several people that come up and they want to do this certain weird thing or this, and I'll talk them out of it for something a little more practical. But there it is.
Oh,
okay,
dope.
Give it to Joey. Joey.
Yes,
okay, that does look a lot cooler.
My buddy owns Interstate off Lemoyne, and he
hit it, Joey. You got to block his and then block his face, bring it, and then make it not. You can't have an angle.
There it is.
Oh wow! All right, that does look kind of cool. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a magnet on the side with the Interstate. It just really went with the color.
It looks like an Interstate battery.
I thought you said wood grain.
This is wood grain.
Oh, you
right
just can't
see it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there's better pictures of it.
Now,
so we put a body kit on it instead of the steps. We put revise the front fascia there.
I'm going to be honest with you. I like that a lot better
than the HHR. I bet you do.
No, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth,
absolutely.
Sir. Don't put words in my mouth because nobody wrapped the HHR. What could we do with that frame?
Oh, you can put a PC Cruiser wrap.
Still have it?
You can put a PC Cruiser wrap.
I had to sell it, and it was a sad day.
Sorry.
He wouldn't talk for a week.
I know what it's like to miss cars, man. Like, I miss some of mine.
She got me through a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could make a joke right here. I'm not going to do it because we're on live. But anyway, she got me through a time that I needed her, and she got me through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a moped. I needed to ride a moped for a little while.
That back seat had plenty of room, right?
It had a back seat and a back.
Dude, does someone stick gum under your? There's gum under. Who did that?
No, I don't probably joke. Is it really gum? Or is it? I had some cable
I'm not gross.
stickies in
I deal with gross stuff all day. Look at somebody.
Oh, ain't no
No,
telling.
it's just sticky.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
table
You know
sticks.
the
it's
amount
not
of guests
meant
we've
for-
had
I'm putting
there.
it back.
Yeah,
I'm not
you know
putting
the
it
amount of
back.
guests
Okay,
we've had there.
so Ashley Skura is in here now, and she's talking a little noise about.
She's like, that damn thing's for sale.
Did
Yeah.
she said go back to the glorious SSR that you and Danny decided? Is Danny a part of this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so she's hating in the comments. Ashley, we
Yeah.
appreciate
She
that.
loves that
Thanks,
car.
Ashley.
I'm feeling
Every time I try to sell it, she's like, no.
Okay, I don't think that's true.
No, I'm getting cut for saying
Yeah,
that.
you're
It's
definitely
awesome.
gonna get cut. No, the green that you did was way cool. I will give you that.
Yeah,
looks
that
badass.
was
It
killer.
has what was the engine in it? You said so. It's got some
about
ass to it?
5.3.
It's a
Yeah,
Vet.
it's
Yeah.
about 300 horsepower. It's pretty quick.
Okay,
Yeah.
AJ Short
Let it roll.
Yeah, I mean you're not drag racing new age stuff, but
Right.
it's fun to drive.
All right.
You know,
automatic or standard?
automatic.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
It's fun to drive. I mean, we could drive around in and hold hands. It's beautiful for two guys.
No guns.
Yeah.
No guns. No
Like,
guns.
have you entered it into cruising the coast?
I haven't yet.
All right.
You know,
What year is it?
I brought it a couple of years ago, and
It's not old enough.
somehow
I asked what
Yeah,
year is
yeah.
it? That's
I
why
magically got on the block in Ocean Springs, knowing a couple of guys with a restaurant.
Right.
I backed it up there. But
What
you
year
know,
is it?
It's a 04.
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't even close.
Yeah.
What's it got to be? 25 to be antique? Though?
25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, did they cap the year? Is it back to antique?
Oh, I
thought
don't
it
know.
was
I'm
25
just-
years.
Yeah, I
thought
don't
it-
even know.
Yeah.
I thought it was 20, but I don't know. Either way,
Yeah, I have no
Maybe,
clue. I'm just mean like for the license plate.
Yeah.
You know, not even talking about cruising the coast, but
That was
so
it.
that's
The-
pretty cool.
The wrap thing is crazy because, like, you see these boats and you see the cars. Like, you can even see in Florida or Destin and stuff like that. These boats are literally being wrapped to where it looks like a rust. And it looks like I mean,
patina.
yeah,
Dude,
it looks terrible.
I am waiting for the right candidate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
like,
I
somebody's
don't
going to want
understand why
that.
do people. I mean, I kind of do understand it, but I don't really like the fake patina that they do on trucks and stuff. You've
Yeah.
seen it,
It's
right? Like
great.
it's not.
Well, this is like a boat that's been lost at sea for 30 years, and they wrap
okay.
it
Okay, I'd
so
have
it
to
looks like a gnarly, you know,
All right,
what
I'd
I'm
have to
saying,
see
kind of
that.
stuff.
Maybe
It's,
that's
it's
cool.
wild looking,
Maybe
but
that's cool.
hey, my thing is you're going to go with the whole theme. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
Right.
yeah, you got to do the whole
light it
boat.
up, yeah.
So man, we've covered a lot of shit. So the rap game, not the rap game, but the rap car game. What are you? Yeah, exactly. What are you like in that now? Is that what percentage of your business is that?
I mean,
Whether it be
it's-
cars or businesses.
It's honestly probably about 15-20%. It's not huge yet. You know, we got a lot of guys to compete with down here. You know, you
Okay.
got other companies have been doing it for a long time, but you know, we're trying to bring a more of creative aspect to it rather than your cut and dry business stuff. You know,
Yeah.
And what all can you put that stuff on? Okay, obviously the vehicle, obviously glass,
yeah,
right? What
pretty much
obviously
anything, right?
obviously an ice machine.
Anything
Like,
with
what-
a smooth surface, pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just comes down to like longevity. You know, you can take your wooden table, we could do it, but it's not going to last as long because of the wear and tear. People's
What about a
arms when
wall?
they give it? Yeah,
Sheetrock.
absolutely. I put some on my wife's wall that are in her classroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. And if say just for instance like sheetrock, what do I need to give you? A high, obviously like a very high definition photo, I would assume, right? For you to print that out.
Well, you'd have to give me the design you want, and then we would take that file and make it, you know, digitize it, and then print it on the vinyl itself.
Okay.
So when you get the vinyl, you just got like a sheet of, let's say we went with, you know, red. We got a sheet of red, and the plotter itself is going to cut the designs out. And then we're going to weed it. You know, weeding is the process. of
Okay.
removing
Yeah.
the vinyl
My
you
wife's
don't
got a
need.
cricket, so I've
Hey,
seen that.
hey,
Okay.
I've got a big damn
Same
cricket.
thing.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
A
Is a big cricket.
Okay. So then I might have misunderstood a little bit of that. So let me ask you like this. If that photo that you just showed me of your truck,
Right.
okay, if I got that as a photo, could you put that on a wall in that high definition clarity?
No, that we'd have to have a printer. I could outsource that.
Okay, but you could do it.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, for sure.
So that's a lot of stuff you do.
Yeah,
It's a
and,
lot of
and
stuff
we
you're
haven't
doing.
even tiptoed into the other thing that you have with your partner, right?
What?
Y'all
Oh
do-
yeah, the EVA.
yeah,
Yeah, Squidworks.
You
Brought
mentioned that earlier. I don't. What is it? I don't even.
yeah.
know.
It's the C deck. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
everybody knows. it
Yeah,
as.
CDEC is
got
now
you.
Xerox. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just unanimous.
Right.
for,
Correct.
Yeah, universal for
I,
that.
actually,
So
I thought that was what it was called, but that is a
Yeah,
company.
it's a foam.
it's
yeah.
it's a closed cell foam that most people are most familiar with it with, you know,
Calling
putting it on their boats, making
Right.
it more comfortable and a little
Mhm.
bit safer to fall down on when you're drunk. And,
Call
you know,
Taylor
more
Cox.
customizable. So yeah, that's
So you're doing that now for
yeah,
boats.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're part
okay.
of that. And you know, we've also found other avenues to do with it, like you know, step ups into trucks. And we did an entranceway for one of my buddy's businesses. We just kind of found different things to do with it, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a product that's pretty universal. I
Like you
mean,
said, it's like the creativity, right? Like figuring out what the market is. What can I put this on? What can I target? What kind of
What
people
do
can
I step
target?
on? It hurts.
Yeah.
And I can put this on.
Right,
It doesn't
right.
hurt.
We talked about it earlier, like entrances to camper trailers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
I mean,
custom sayings
yeah,
or your name or
sure.
whatever.
Ashley's listening right now.
Right,
She knows we did her stuff. She's like,
You got the coolers. You got the the Yeti buckets. You got all
Right.
that stuff that needs anything on a boat.
Now, are you doing that in your current location, and is that in house, or is this something? Okay, so
yeah. So we bought a CNC machine, so we could, and what we do is we bring in the it's this stuff.
right?
Yeah,
that was
same
a
stuff.
C deck guy. What?
Yeah. Well, he was.
Was it C deck or no?
Nah, it wasn't C-Deck. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So well, I mean, the cork's kind of genius on the back.
For the coaster, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this is a 2-layered ply. It's probably cream on there, and this is probably mocha, maybe a little bit lighter. And then this is what's really cool. This is laser etched in there. I don't know if you know that. It's, So yeah, I mean, we make stuff like that. And the funny thing was, like, we get bored. We've got this like great machine. I want to say it's 10 feet by 6 or 7 feet. And we got bored one day, and we went and bought some blocks of wood and started making charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you don't know what that is, my wife calls them charcuterie boards.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We do too.
Yeah.
So I come back in the shop the next day, and apparently Brandon had been there all night, and there's this Millennium Falcon this big
Absolutely.
charcuterie board. I was like,
Nice.
I love it. He was like, it's yours. I was like, you are.
Yeah.
I don't dare put food on. I'm like, no.
This is to look at.
This is like a tapestry.
Yeah.
My
Again,
Millennium Falcon.
another avenue revenue, right?
Right.
You
I
gotta,
mean,
you gotta start putting the shit on your face.
so it's all about the creativity. But I have this standardized belief that no matter what you do, you could build the best steak restaurant in the world. Like you could have the best chef, you could have the best maitre d', you could have the best everything. Some customers coming in there ask you for a bologna sandwich.
For sure.
They're gonna just
100%.
scream at you and hate you forever because you don't. And that's a real fear that I have. It's just like, I want to do everything. I do, but I can't do everything.
Well, remember earlier,
that's why I suck at marketing.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Remember what you said earlier, like the 2-in-1s, like it usually sucks at a little bit at both and not great at either one.
Right.
So yeah. And
Or you got a really good steak, but I want it done well done.
Right.
well, I want
I
a
don't
bologna
want any
sandwich.
of that.
It's like
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
do bologna sandwiches. They go down the road for bologna sandwiches. I'm sorry. I don't know what else
That's
to tell
it.
you.
And a lot of the services I brought on because they were such good accents for what we already do. Like obviously, if you want a ceramic coating, you likely have a newer car.
Right.
And it's not necessarily always the point, but people with newer cars want it protected. They want the tint. They want certain things done. We've done a lot of blackouts on cars. Instead of the chrome trim, they want the black trim. So we do that.
Yeah, that's a big thing now.
And we've actually put packages together that are new car package with different deals. Based on what people want.
Let me go real quick. You can take the chrome on any vehicle and then
black
print
it
this
out.
vinyl and black it all out.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I will tell you though, there's like certain things like emblems and things like that. Forget wrapping them. It's going to take forever. It costs more. Order the emblems if you can get them.
Gotcha.
But it's mainly like window trims, bumper trims, stuff like that. You can't order. It's best to do it. We've done a lot of midnight edition cars, or blackout editions.
Yeah.
And for some reason, these manufacturers keep slipping chrome on these things. It's like, why do you think I ordered the midnight edition? I didn't want any chrome.
It was weird because like when we were in school, it was chrome.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted chrome,
Yeah.
and now everybody wants it black. So everybody's ripping the chrome off to put the black on it. It's weird.
I was trying to change the game when me and Amanda bought her. She got a MDX, an Acura, and I told her, I was like, hey, I want to represent a little bit with the company, and I ordered this vinyl, and I thought it was going to be this like blackish purple that when the light hit it got a little more purple.
Yeah.
Nah, shit was pink. I wrapped her chrome in pink, and she was, she's so supportive. She was like,
I like it kind of.
She was way more thankful the day I came home with it off there.
Yeah. Thanks for fixing that for me.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it like full circle here. And so if I'm somebody that's listened to this or I come across your Facebook page, I also dropped your Facebook page in the comments and I also dropped your website in the comments. What about pricing? We did touch on that earlier, and I know it's not one size fits all. You can't quote me a price, but if you could walk us through what that's like for auto, boat, this wrap stuff, like help us out there.
And in shop or mobile if you do.
Do you
that.
still do mobile?
Yeah.
Well, we do, but not this time of year, man. It's just too difficult. Like if somebody just desperate got to have it, man.
You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
You got to pay for it.
I mean,
Here's the price.
The staff's just going to hate me anyway. I got to pay them triple.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll start with the cars. Like, the main source is of course the ceramic coating, and throughout the years we've learned different things. We have our flagship, which is Kenzo. It's a 5 to 6 year coating, has graphene in it. That requires paint correction. So that differs. So basically, if you're putting Kenzo in, you're ready to spend $2,000 plus.
Okay. No, that's a whole car.
Yeah,
the whole car.
That's the exterior of the car.
Truck, whatever.
So then we have a next stage down, which is called Arcane, and that's a 4 year coating. You're going to be ready to spend, in the $1,200 range. We do or do not have to do paint correction with that. It just depends on how you really want your car to look.
What do you mean by paint correction for somebody that doesn't know what that means?
That's where we're going to get the scratches out of it for the best part that we can.
Okay.
That's when you peel it off. It's going to look exactly like when you put it on.
Well, that's not wrap. That's paint corrections. Like we take the buffer to the paint. So if you got a car that's 5 years old, it needs paint correction. If it's brand new, it may or may may
Okay.
I mean, every car comes to.
So you're saying scratches and dents and all the other stuff.
It's basically an overall thing where you buff the car, but you have what's called RIDs, random isolated dents and scratches. Those need more of a focus thing.
Right.
So that's all specialized stuff. But your basic ideal is from the top down, you're going to be at 2K, then you're going to be about 12 to 1400, and then we have one that we just brought on last year for people. I started realizing a lot of people get their cars way faster, and they don't really want to make that hefty investment up front. So we started doing like 1 year coating, and basically you get your car in and out the same day. You spend $500 or $600 and you're coated for a year. I always thought that, when I first started doing the longevity would be the thing people are after.
Yeah.
But I've talked to so many people like, I'd rather come to you once a year and spend that $500-$600 than spend $2,000 right up front and then sell the car and not get my investment. I'm like, oh, okay, that works.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but we still do sealants and waxes, but less and less of them. So the idea of pricing, I mean, we're not your local quick service place. We're just not. We try to be the Roos Chris, steakhouse kind of thing.
Specialty.
Yeah. I mean, but window tint, we're on par. We do only ceramic or nano ceramic tint because I don't believe in doing disservices. I think carbon tint and all that is just so outdated at this point.
Okay.
Like,
what about percentage legally of tint?
Oh, so in the state of Mississippi, you want to be 28% or above. So the higher the number, the lighter the tint.
Right.
And typically, what's funny is that only obtains to the
driver
front windows.
Yes.
Right.
So the rear, you can spray paint those suckers. They don't care, which is weird to me. The guy's got the Uzi he's in the back.
Correct.
It's shot from the back.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
So but us not have it is a secondary offense with tint. I hate to get all in the law with it.
Because that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't want to have the wrong tint get pulled over. And I've heard state troopers can pull you over straight up for that. I don't know if that's
the state of Mississippi. It is a secondary offense.
So they can't pull you over for that.
Not going to say that.
Right. Well, you're not a lawyer.
Yeah,
I understand that.
right.
I understand. But
they can pull you over. They can pull you over for a
for
slightly dim taillight versus the other one.
There you go.
But pretty much since they got rid of inspection stickers, you really pretty much got to be offending a law pretty bad for somebody to pull you over and mention your tint.
Okay.
And it also comes from how dark is your tint? Did you tint your windshield? Does it look like you're hiding something? What's your attitude?
Correct. I get all that. I get all that. But the law
says get pulled over for tint
28 and above.
Yeah.
What does 28 look like? Because I don't know.
So
the way I remember it, and I'm probably wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. That's legal tint. It's like that's barely even tinted. Like, why would I pay for that? Is that wrong? Right. Is that not what 28 looks like?
The technology's changed a little bit. Like even with the carbon tint, light displacement's everything. So even with the carbon tint, it's gotten better. So when your windows are tinted in the back really dark, a 30% of your front's going to look pretty dark, but a 20% is going to look even darker. It's about how much light is actually getting inside your vehicle and being able to be shown from the inside to outside.
Okay.
So you could be absolutely legal. Like you could have your back 20%, your front 30%, your windshield at 70%, and it still looks dark as hell in there.
Okay.
That's like on mine. I've got 20 all around. You cannot see my kid in his seat.
Okay.
In the back of the Jeep, but it was pre-darkened windows, which is often a misconception too. A lot of people, they want to get the ceramic tint on their front doors, but they don't understand that all the glass that's darkened from the factory It doesn't have the UV protection. Doesn't have the IR protection. It doesn't keep the heat out, basically.
I got you.
So
You got to go back and put the tint on it.
right. You know, but we're also running people that like when we bought Amanda's car, somebody put 5% all the way around this thing. I couldn't even see it night, so I stripped it and put our stuff on there. But so when you've already got pre-darkened windows, you don't want to go put 20% on. It's going to look like 5%.
Gotcha.
So we do 50, 70% to just give you the heat protection.
And you can walk you're going to walk the customer through that. I don't know that shit you just
Yeah.
said. You're right.
I mean, honestly, that's what it's all about. You know, I have a lot of people, we probably missed out on several opportunities because people just don't want to go through the consultation. They want to call and get a price.
I respect that because like I was trying to tell you earlier, they don't know what they're not asking
what they don't know.
for. Right.
They don't know what they don't know.
I mean, but yeah, that's everything. Education is everything to me. I mean, you know, so when somebody calls me, I typically know that there's probably a 70 to 80% chance that they know somebody that I did something for.
Okay.
You know, when the phone rings and it's not, you know, hello, we would like to sell you some crap and rip you off. You know,
right.
So, you know, it's getting harder and harder to answer the phone. But when people come through and like, hey, it's 9 times out of 10, somebody's saying, hey, I got your number from so-and-so. And it's no way to maintain a business, but it works.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Absolutely.
We love getting personal with people. We love educating people because I would rather have that return customer over and over and over and over than 60,000 brand new customers every day that don't understand what we're all about.
Gotcha.
100%.
I derailed you again. So on price, on price. So that's
he's good at that.
Yeah, that's just where my head goes.
That's what we're doing.
But so for price on that, that's probably a little more straightforward of a quote. I would.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, like so we're tinting.
Yeah.
So front windows we typically do for 200.
Okay.
That's your front windows, and it's all ceramic. Nano ceramics, add a 40% premium on top of that. But that stuff's like wearing a cooler on your windows. It's amazing.
It's going to keep the heat out.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of it because of the expense of it, the premium of it. But and most people are really happy with the ceramic. But we've had a few people, they got that McLaren, they got that high-end car,
Stupid money,
whatever it is, and want the best of the best.
Yes,
so
I can tell people about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
See this tent?
Yeah. Hey, I don't really know what it does.
It's so cold. My windows are freezing right now.
I'm not going to tell them to go away.
That's correct.
But I mean, that your typical. Other cars, you can go anywhere from 400, 500. Your typical SUV is going to be around 650, somewhere in there.
Okay.
That extra third window. Yeah, the tent itself, it's pricey, but it does its job.
That's right.
100%.
Windshields were right at 250. I've had some people ask them and saying things that I've just had to decline.
Okay.
I've had people want 5% on the windshield. I'm like,
can't do it, dude. That way, when you get in a wreck and kill yourself, I'm not responsible for that.
I got 3 kids drive. I mean, I got 3 kids, 2 of them are driving.
Right. I don't want you on the road with that.
Yeah, that's it. And other people, anyway, it's normally the younger people that want that kind of thing. But we won't step it below that.
No.
And then so outside of doing tent,
break the boats down.
The boats and like interiors too, right? That's a big thing. Interior of cars, cleaning.
Oh yeah, we can clean them, we coat them, we do lots of different stuff with that. We just have different names for our services. Like somebody we kind of keep up with, like every other week, monthly. We do what's called just a 2-pair. Everything's based on like card games since we're aces.
Yeah.
And
like
2 pairs, just like an express wash and a quick sweep. We're gonna do a great job, but we're not gonna hit the inner barrels of your wheels. We're not gonna wipe your door jam. We're trying to get you in and out, and through that you're gonna save a little bit of money. That's the express, the 2 pairs, the express, and the quick sweep on the inside. As it carries on, it goes all the way up to what we call the interior bonanza. This is I just had to have something fun.
Right.
I mean, we're taking your seats out.
That's the cock of the walk.
The cock of the walk.
Cock of the walk.
We're just short of replacing your carpet at this point because we're digging deep. We got the steamer, we got the extractor. We're spending all day on the inside of this car. We just did one a couple days ago, and it's exhausting. Interiors are just absolutely exhausting, and you pray that you get every stain out, but it's usually a 10-year-old car. And we're doing these too,
right?
And they're hopeless.
And I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I think Chris Fix. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He doesn't ever show his face. It's just his hands. He wears a GoPro. But dude, he does some crazy stuff to cars. There's other channels that I don't even know the names of. But like it's kind of like what you're talking about, where they take the steam cleaner, they go over the car, then they take like a Dremel tool, they go over the carpet. They're scraping things with toothbrushes. It's like the things like that they pull the seats out, steam everything, clean all where the seat was. I mean, it's just like going through it with a
Yeah.
fine tooth comb.
And it just takes up so much
Time.
square footage of the shop.
And time too,
is
right?
huge,
Yeah.
And people are like, I'm not paying that for that.
Well, then
It's
you're
like,
not getting it.
well, here's the other version.
Right.
But
Right.
usually it's probably dealerships, right, that buy these cars and want to. Do you get a lot of that?
Man, I don't deal a whole lot with the secondhand dealerships.
I would think
anymore.
they have their own in-house stuff,
Probably,
especially the big
probably,
dealerships,
yeah.
maybe not the smaller ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing against the guys. Everybody's got to make a living, but I mean, honestly, when you get these secondhand dealerships, they don't have enough in their budget,
their margin on the
of that
car,
margin
Yeah,
to
just
really
spend it
pay
on
what
you, yeah.
needs to be done. So, I've seen their tricks. I've seen what they got.
Just
Trust
make
me.
it look good.
Right.
There's some dyed seats and carpet out
Oh,
there.
yeah,
As I say, I will not dye carpet to make it look good. It's either clean or it's not.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Holy
I mean,
shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Meat on the bone.
That's
right.
right.
Years
right.
ago, when we first started out, I had dealerships dropping off stuff with the proper paint to paint the carpet. And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
so we're painting carpet.
Wow.
That's neat.
You figure you'd be able to tell, crunchy or
Yeah.
no?
To me, I'm the type
Hey,
like,
as long as they sound on that bottom line.
Right.
There are certain things that are DIY. There are certain things that are a little shady,
Mhm.
and there are certain things that just replace it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's the line I like to draw. I was like, if I have to feel shady, I don't want to do it.
Ed said his truck got a royal flush, and he complimented you earlier and said you did a great job
There
on
it is.
on all your stuff. So that's pretty cool, man. That's
Cool.
pretty cool. Let me hold on. Let me do this right here.
Yeah, walk us through. I mean, if I want to get pricing from you on a car, about is it better for me to call you and you come out to me, or is it better for me to bring it to you?
Man, it is much better to bring it to the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way to get the work done if I'm running around all the time. And people, I've explained this to people before. It's just like, how'd you feel if I'm working on your car and I got to go run out and work on
Right.
this
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Right.
100%.
We're into that.
Is it as easy as like, do I need to call you first? Because if I know where you're at, which I do, if people can look it up.
Yeah.
I dropped all your stuff in the comments. But can I just pull in the parking lot and walk up and say, hey, man?
It's much better to call and make an
Okay,
appointment.
okay,
I mean,
okay.
we're rocking and rolling.
Right.
And there are different mindsets. Like, I mean, both you guys do different things other than this, but if you had to stop what you were doing,
Oh,
at your
for sure,
job and
for
come
sure.
to that, you'd be
I just
like,
didn't know if you had a dedicated
Yeah,
person
yeah,
or if that's
yeah,
easier because
yeah.
I don't want to answer the phone all day long or whatever.
No,
No,
man.
call.
I'd love to get to that point, but
No, I get it. I get it. I get it.
It's still me, man. And
Yeah.
I love it. I love meeting new people. I love talking to people, and you can kind of immediately know where somebody is. Like I were talking earlier, like whether you know nothing about it or just looking for some advice. I could usually identify that pretty quickly. And somebody's like, "So here's my boat,"
Right.
so
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
explain.
I need
to them,
all
like,
this done.
Yeah.
Clean
And-
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like walking people. Say, no, you probably don't want that because of this. You probably do want that because of that. If you've got a 20-year-old boat, you better love it.
Right.
I mean, you're going to need to. You're going to have to put some work into it, get it set up so you can take better care of it yourself if that's what you want.
Mhm.
But we've had people come in there that they have a boat that just there's no paint left on it to buff.
Mhm.
I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Gotcha, bro. Here's the price."
Right. Right.
You
It's
know,
You got to repaint this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, man. Send people in the right direction. And there's general prices for it, none of this is, official staple, but
Mhm.
you bring a boat in, and say it needs a one step on top and bottom, that means it's not heavily oxidized. It just needs some clearing up and a wax. You're probably going to leave there at about 60 a foot.
Okay. Okay.
But the wax we use is, to me, it's the most long lasting you can get, especially for down here is Colonite. We discovered years ago that Colonite's paste wax was the same formula as their 845, which is called insulator wax. And so we figured out instead of spraying the whole boat down with water to put paste wax on it, we use the insulator wax. It's the same thing, same longevity, same reflective properties. That's our wax we go to on boats.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like that. Like, and people, if you're listening, you're watching, whatever, it's like, give him a call, go down there.
Yeah.
He can walk you through it, even if you don't know what you want, even if you don't know what you need, or you think you know what you need and you don't need that. You'll walk them through it.
Yeah.
Put them in the right direction. You do boats, cars, interiors, exteriors. You wrap stuff.
Yeah.
I've coated purses and shoes, actually.
Sweet.
Ceramic.
Yeah.
It's sweet, dude.
And I'm sure you're seasonal as well. Like if you want a boat wrapped in the middle of the summer, you're probably going to wait or wash or
Right.
detail. You got to wait in line. You know what I'm saying?
we
Your
do
best months are probably in the winter if you want to get it done. If I had to guess.
Maybe for
on
boats.
heavy boat stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, honestly, we had to wrap a boat last summer and we had a deadline and I should have said no from the get go. And it ended up costing me quite a bit of money to get it right. But basically we had 25-mile-an-hour winds going down, sand everywhere. It was a nightmare. And all because I said, I'll try to meet this deadline. The guy was being putting a lot of pressure on. Finally, I had to pull the plug. I was like, look, there's no way to get this done in this way.
Yeah.
So we finished it. I think it was about a week later we finally got it done. But what I discovered was when you're out there in 98-degree heat, this vinyl's already responding in the way you don't want it to respond until you're heating it. And I was like, well, we'll never wrap a boat in the boat yard during the summer again. And
you don't even need a heat gun. It's just,
It's already like
it's already valuable.
It's stretching beyond what you needed to stretch at that time. So I mean, there are parameters. Wrapping we've only been doing for about 3 years, so we've gotten much better at it. We're great at it, but they're still learning on everything.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Well, like I said, I dropped the Facebook link and your website link in the comments below. We had a lot of people chiming in, so appreciate y'all for the comments.
Yeah.
Are you most active? If I want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it? Shoot you a message on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean,
go to the website, give you a call.
Stuff, yeah. Our shop number is 228-447-3626. Please don't call after 9 p.m. It does link into my phone is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But emails are fantastic. Messages are actually more than anything. That's how most people get in contact with me. Everybody's busy these days. They don't always have time for a phone call. And kind of like we all were saying earlier, a lot of people don't know what to say.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's
I get a lot of people that message say, hey, I have this. I'm thinking about maybe wanting this. What do you think? And then I can spawn a conversation. Yeah. I mean, that's really it is. I could spawn a conversation from that. And then we go from there, figuring out what is it that somebody really wants. Let's get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really is a very personal business. And it's kind of why I love it.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, it's glad to see somebody who figured out what they like to do and they're doing a good job at it. They got their own shit going on and they're growing, even if it's growing and then pulling back and figuring out that's where I needed to be. Right.
Yeah. That was fun.
Absolutely. So Adam, thanks for stopping by, dude.
Yeah,
Aces Detail.
sweet.
Look them up, click the links. It'll be connected to everything. We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you haven't downloaded the Brown Water Banter app, go do it. Check it out. It's free. It's on the App Store and Google Play. All of our stuff is inside of that.
Probably the best app on the web.
Dude, it's got all the radar, the tails and scales. It's got everything you need to keep yourself safe for a day out on the water. And